Hey everybody, so today we have here, this is the MSI GE63 Raider. It's a nice gaming laptop. Actually does have an RTX card in it. I believe it's like the RTX 3070 or 3080. It's one of those in it, but it's really nice. Very expensive laptop. Now what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing fan replacement. Pretty straightforward, kind of. The fans are attached to the actual heatsink itself, and you have to remove the heatsink to get to the fans. But at least this one, if you ever watched our other video on how to do an MSI fan replacement, you usually have to remove the whole board, and then you have to flip it over, and that's where the fans are to remove them. Most of those ones, and those type of laptops, they actually do have a problem with the fan actually going bad. But that's not all of them. That's mainly just the one version of the laptop. Go ahead and check out the video. We actually did that one as well, and now we're going to be doing basically part two, but not really because it's a different laptop in general. So let's just show you how to do it, and we'll get to it. Just flip it over to the back. There's a bunch of screws that you have to remove, nothing too difficult, and it'll come up, just all the back cover screws. And once you open it, there's a battery. There's a one screw that actually goes to the battery. You want to make sure you remove that. It's just an attachment, there's nothing else. It'll just come right up, and you want to remove that. Now you'll see that there are the fans there. The only way we can access the fans is to go underneath it, so we have to remove the fan connections, and we also have to remove the whole entire heatsink assembly here, which are going to have the fans plates attached at least, and then to remove the fans we have to get underneath it. But first we want to make sure we remove, there's an LCD cable there, and then we want to take off any fan connections, and you'll see that since we're removing the whole entire heatsink, we have to remove the whole heatsink. So there's a lot of screws that go on there. You'll see the main screws, they're actually labeled 1 through 10, and then there's also ones that we want to remove, which will be on the sides of the actual fan itself. So we'll just kind of go ahead and skip forward for it, and it's just a bunch of screws. They're very easy to find, there's nothing hidden. If you're having any pressures or anything else, or any difficulties removing it, then you probably have a screw somewhere there, because it should just come right up. Alright, so once you get all that, you should just be able to lift it up. And you see that there's a nasty thermal paste. This one, I really hope this is factory, but this is the way it is. There's lots of little thermal pads actually go in the back there. You can see it's pretty gross. We're going to be recommending that you actually redo this if you see it, especially if it's bad. If you're opening at this point, you might as well just redo the whole thermal paste and thermal pads, but that's not the point of the real video. We're focusing on the fans on the sides here. So there's little screws that go on. There's 3 on each side. You just remove it. You'll remove it from the back side here. It'll be easy to remove. But then again, I just want to really say, since you do have this open, again, just do the actual heatsink itself and remove that. After you remove the fans, make sure that you actually do take out and put some brand new thermal paste. Make sure the thermal pads do go in exactly where they were before. It's very easy to see it. You might see them still on the components on the actual board itself, or you may see it that it's actually on the heatsink itself, that it could just still be stuck on the back there. So the fan comes out, and this is what it looks like. Now you can do the same thing on the other side. It's pretty basic. Again, there's just 3 screws that go there. You just remove it. Alright, once that next fan comes out, you can just do the replacements for it. Most of the time you'll be just doing one replacement. There usually aren't going to have 2 going bad. But now would be a good time, obviously, to clean it off because you have everything exposed. This is a good time again. We're just going to kind of skip through that. But once you have all that done, then you can just put the new fans on. And all the important thing is here is that you want to make sure that you line up the fans. And once you line up the fans, so you just want to make sure they're all screwed in. There's only 3 holes again. Another thing would be the connector. You want to make sure the connector goes under the heatsink. I wouldn't go over the heatsink because that's just not the way it was. And yeah, just do it always. Whenever you ever replace anything, putting it back, try to do it exactly how the manufacturer had it from before. So if it goes under, you put it under. If it goes over, it'll go over. And again, it'll only fit one direction, so you can't really mess up really the connections of it. But don't worry about too much of it here. You can always mess around with it once you do put it actually on. Alright, so this, you want to make sure that this goes completely flat. This is very important. You want to make sure that all the screws are in and the motherboard is making contact with the GPU and the CPU heatsink. So you want to make sure you screw these on right, and make sure you line them up obviously before you screw it in. I would probably do this first, then you can work on the edges, because the most important thing is that the CPU and GPU heatsink make contact, and you put enough thermal paste, everything like that. So we'll just kind of skip through it. It's pretty straightforward. You just put it on there. There's a bunch of screws. You're just redoing what you did from before, and you want to again make sure that's flat, making contact. Once you're done, then you can just plug in the cable again with the LCD, and make sure you plug in the fan cables as well. And again, that's just about it there. We're just going to be plugging in the battery again, and then you just put the bottom cover back on, and that's how you replace the fans. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video on how to replace the fans on the MSI GE63 Raider. This is the RGB edition, and it's not RGB fan, which would be kind of strange and pretty cool at the same time if they had RGB fans, even though it's on the bottom of the actual laptop itself. That would be kind of strange. Maybe you would get some lighting effects, or maybe there's like some transparent bottom cover here that you can actually see it. That would be cool, but that's not, again, that's not really the case. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching the replacement of the fans. If you ever have a fan that goes wrong, you can obviously buy like the whole entire heatsink. Some of them do come with that, but the whole entire heatsink you can buy it, but it costs more. I would say most likely because of it's a very, very heavy copper that's there, and you'll be paying more. Try to get the fans if you actually can itself. That would probably be the better way to go, just actually be getting fans for the actual laptop itself. But please leave a like if you found this very informative, and subscribe for more content. We're almost at 5,000. Really hope you guys enjoy watching these computer repairs that we do. Try to be a little bit more informative than anything else, because that's really what's important, and we want to show you guys how we do things, and any other ways that any shortcuts that we find, we like to show you guys as well. And always want to keep you informed on the latest Windows updates, Mac updates. We also do lots of hard drive repairs. We fix broken USBs, so you should go check out that. That's pretty cool. We also do data recoveries and liquid spill repairs, and we also have a store if you want to go check it out. Everything's in the link in the description, especially all of our contact information. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Bye.